All right, welcome to Yoga for Bone Health. I'll meet you on the mat. So coming to mountain pose, standing with our feet hip distance apart, standing tall, rising up through the crown of the head, chin is parallel to the floor. We'll just roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down so we can open up the chest and just let the arms either rest at your side or bring your hands in to touch the body. And I kind of like to do that just to remind, it's like just like a physical reminder of the practice of arriving in the body, being with the body, knowing the body. So sensing into the breath within the body as we inhale, expansion, exhaling, contraction. And just taking this moment to pause, to be, we're observing. No need to do anything. Just allow the body to settle, to arrive in the practice. So sensing into the contact with the feet at the floor. Maybe the weight of the body, maybe some gentle movement, slight movement as we stand here. And setting an intention for today's practice. Whatever resonates with you, either staying present or turning up the volume on that compassionate and friendly voice, or maybe turning down the volume of the critical voice is more poignant for you today. Just finding some intention to bring, I don't know, like just goodness, niceness, friendliness towards yourself. And with that, we'll release and open the eyes. Good. Let's start rolling those shoulders. And maybe let's just get a little playful, a little rock from side to side. Maybe draw the toes up. Dancing into the body, maybe getting a little bit wider with these shoulders. Maybe stretch up the face. And connecting with the breath. Let's get even bigger here. Maybe dip in the knee, maybe point the toe. These are just suggestions, just finding ways to move. Let's get watery as we just gently warm up these bodies that have been, horizontal for hours and hours and hours. And just get creative in this movement. This might be it. This might be your moment for creativity today, right? Like you might have a very structured day today, and this is your chance just to just move and explore. Thank you for that. All right, let's come into a little bit more formalized practice, and we'll bring those arms in front. Inhale, reach them up. Exhale, bring them down, and switch the top arm. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Repeat. Good. Arms out to the side. Internally rotate one shoulder, externally rotate to the other. Gaze over the left or the open palm, and then switch your gaze and switch your shoulder roll. So one shoulder forward, one shoulder back. Sometimes it's easy to just kind of focus on the front roll or the back roll. See if you can make them even, like equally rolling the shoulder forward as you equally Roll the shoulder back. Stretch out the face as you need to. Nice and easy release. Let's just grab onto like interlace the fingers, lift the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And if you can straighten the arms, great. If they're bent, that's not a problem. Hug in here, bring in the ribs together, and then slowly just reach through the wrists so that we can stretch out the front of the shoulder, front of the arms. We're not bending in the back in any way. And just release any amount, even if it's just like a little micro movement. I'm sure you can feel it, right? That stretch. And this is like our ultimate posture. Like, look at how tall, or feel into how tall you're standing, rising up through the crown of the head. The heart is lifted, shoulders are back. And exhaling, release. Great. Okay, we are going to clasp our hands in front of us, and we'll do that little infinity symbol. Start small, warm up. And I love how when I first start this, I'm like, oh yeah, this is all shoulders. But as we widen this infinity circle, it's like, oh, side body. Glorious. All right. Stretch out the face, release any little wiggling, any little movement that feels good. Let's inhale, bring those arms up to the sky, fingertips touch, inhale, exhale, fingertips down to the shoulder, one elbow down, one elbow up. Reach up again on the inhale, exhaling. Now, giving you that option to clasp the fingers, pull, create a bit of resistance. If you want to explore this in a little bit more, like a bit deeper. Inhale, so the choice is yours. We'll do it one more time on each side, really exploring it. Try not to move through the motions, like, okay, left side, right side, left side, right side. You know what I mean? It's like really sense it, move into it a little bit. Okay, reach up, trace those angel wings back behind you. Let's take our hands on the thighs, forward fold, slight bend in the knees, big stretch in the back of the legs. Let's do that again. Inhale, float those arms up, and exhale, forward fold. We'll do it one more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, booty back and up to the sky. All right, inhale, rise up. Exhale, release. Good. Float those arms up again, grab onto one wrist. Inhale, up and over. Inhale up. And then exhale. Over, turn the heart up towards the sky and back up. So really sensing in to the side body, reaching, maybe sink into the hip a bit, rise up, switch your grip, inhale, lengthen, exhale over. 3 times on this side, turn the heart up, inhale. Each time you exhale, just seeing what kind of, if you can get a little bit more length, not by forcing, just by through the exhalation. Inhale, exhale, and release. What can you let go? Inhale up. Exhale. Roll out the shoulders. Let's turn and face the chair for a few cat cows. Bend the knees slightly. And turn your sit bones up to the sky as if you were lifting your tail up to the sky. Gaze upward. Inhale. And exhale, round the back. Tap the chin, tuck the tail. Press your arms into the chair so that the shoulder blades are drawing away from each other and the navel is lifting up, and reverse. Inhale back into cow pose, drop the belly, lift the tail with the gaze, and exhale. You know what to do. Back and forth between these two shapes. And of course, giving yourself permission to add any little extra movement here and there. If you want to add a little tail wag, if you want to add a little bend in the knees, a little shoulder twist, like this is the epitome of yoga. It's like, oh, what does my body feel like doing in this moment? And I'm going to do that because it's going to feel nice. Okay, bend those knees slightly, float those arms up to the sky. And exhale. Release. Okay, feet a little bit wide. Toes out into the corners, and we're going to do the spaghetti arm twist here. Inhale forward, exhale, making sure you're lifting the opposite heel. So there's no twisting in the knee, and just let those arms be like really loosey, spaghetti, letting the momentum just kind of like wrap right around you. Last one. And release, roll up those shoulders. Okay. Okay, so I introduced this to my class last week in Southampton. I called it the groovy walk. So we're gonna be in our mountain and slightly bend the knees. Then we're gonna bring our arms up like a stick 'em up kind of, cartoon like. And then what we're gonna do is keep your heels down. We're gonna lift one elbow up and push the opposite heel away and kind of lift the navel up towards the sky. And we're just I'm gonna show you what it looks like on the side. It's super weird, so just have fun with it, okay? This is the groovy walk. Really like sinking into one hip and drawing the elbow up high enough so you get a big stretch. We're not twisting. We're not really twisting. It's just the hips are moving from side to side and we're getting a big stretch in the back of our arm here. A little weird. Let's have a laugh. Okay. And release. And surprisingly, that really gets the heart rate going. It doesn't, you're not even moving that fast. All right, move to one end of your mat. Feet hip distance apart, slightly bend the knees. Bring your arms together to touch, elbows, palms touch. Big step out to the side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. When you exhale, squeeze those forearms together so that you feel a stretch in the back of the shoulders. And when you open up, really bring them out and open to expand through the chest. So that's the upper body. Lower body, explore a wider stance. Wider. Because we don't move like this usually in our day-to-day, right? So exploring this, and in a way, this is like a balance exercise, right? Going beyond what we usually do. Okay. Oh, heart rate is going up. Good. Okay, feet hip distance. Booty back like you're sitting into a chair. Make sure the knees aren't really going past the toes. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now this time, reach your arms down. Inhale. Reach them up. Down. Up. Down, up to your tiptoes maybe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Nice. Good. Let's grab our chair. Hands on the back of the chair, or you can turn it around, put your hands on the seat of the chair. Choice is yours. Come into our forward fold. And just sway from side to side. Do you ever notice, like, sometimes you come into that forward fold and it's like, it feels like way better than you could ever imagine. Like, why didn't I do that when I first woke up? All right, heels down, ambulate those hips forward and back. As you bend one knee, draw the opposite hip back, vice versa. Let's really focus in on side body. Stretch through the side body as you draw the hip back. All right, inhaling, right foot forward, big step forward, knee over ankle. Reach your arms up to the sky, press into that back heel, lift the back glute. Exhaling, hands come down and stepping back. Inhaling, right foot forward, big step forward, press into that back heel, lift the arms hard up to the sky. Exhaling, hands come back, stepping back. Right side, inhale. Exhale. Left side, inhaling. And exhaling. All right, inhaling that right foot forward, left foot out to the side, lift the arches of the feet, squeeze the thighs together. Grow tall, one arm up, one arm down, both arms reaching back, inhale. Switch it over to the other side. I love this kind of, when you get one arm, one shoulder to do one thing and get the other one to do the other. It has this like interesting effect on the spine. All right, so if you think about that push-pull that's going on with the spine right now, the upper body. Okay, bringing those hands down, turn that back to a forward, stepping back, and forward fold, slightly soften the knees. Inhaling left foot forward, right foot out to the side, grow tall, squeeze those thighs together, press actively into that back heel. Lift the glutes, lift the navel, arms out at the side, turn the palms up, actually rotate the shoulders, inhaling. Exhale, tuck the chin, backs of the hands come together, shoulder blades draw away. Turn those palms up, gaze up. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. And release. Turn those toes forward. And we'll step that final forward fold here. Maybe bend the knees a little. Maybe a little slow motion tail wag. And then we'll walk and come to our chair. Grab your heaviest weights. Bring them to the front of your knees, toes are pointed forward, feet are hip distance apart. And we'll start with our heel lifts. Shoulders are soft. Breathing in and breathing out. Should start to notice the calves waking up. Couple more. And release. Okay, slide it a little bit closer to the middle of the thigh, but not quite. Okay, really lift the navel and soften the shoulders. Inhale, lift, exhale, push through. Inhale, retract, exhale, tuck under. Inhale, lift up, exhale, push through. Inhale, retract, exhale, tuck under. So as much as you can, that sense of resistance when you lift the leg up is what we're trying to experience, right? Like, we're not trying to create pain or exertion, but we are trying to create effort. Okay, one more. And we can acknowledge, oh yeah, that was challenging. Okay, grow tall, reconnect with the breath, starting inhale, lift, push through, retract, tuck under, inhale, lift, hug in the ribs and draw the navel upward towards the heart. Last one. Okay, and release. Reconnect with the breath. Over to the first side, we're gonna lift up, shift over, lower down without leaning. So really isolating the leg joint. Over to the side, lower, lift, and lower. One more. Great. Roll up the shoulders, stretch the face, do what you need to. Then we'll get nice and tall, hug in the ribs, lift the navel so our torso is not gonna lean. The torso is not gonna rob yourself of an opportunity to get stronger by leaning over. Last one. You got this. Oh. Okay, challenging. All right. Let's just we'll do a little arms before we do our standing up exercise. So just bring those weights forward. Inhale, exhale, fold. Bring your arms down at the sides. Inhale, exhale. We're just lifting, elbows come up and back. Little bicep, so you're pulling up. Inhale, exhale, pull up. And you see how my elbows aren't coming out to the side. It's not like that. The elbows are back. And feel the scapula slide and glide in toward each other. Scapula are working just as hard as the biceps, okay? Working in tandem. Last one. Okay, rise up. Take those weights to the leg joint. Come forward enough, okay, so that your butt is firmly on the chair, but you're definitely forward so that the back isn't touching the chair in the back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, rise up, squeeze those glutes forward. Push the hips back, sit back down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. And you can go your pace, so if I'm going too slow for you and you want to speed it up, go ahead. If I'm going too fast, I'm going to slow it down. Remember to listen to your body, how you're feeling today. Forward, rise, lean forward, sit. Lean forward, rise up, lean forward, sit back. Lean forward, rise, lean forward, sit back. Last one, lean forward and rise, lean forward and sit. Now we'll come to stand, arms at the sides. Roll the shoulders forward and up, back and down, squeeze those shoulder blades together. And we're gonna lift and lower the heels, lift the navel, stretch out the face. And again, your pace. Really rising up onto the balls of the feet. Notice if you're more over like pronated or supinated, so that means rolling out to the side or rolling in. And see if you can really even it out so it's equal across the ball of the foot as you lift and lower the heels. Last one. Okay. Whew. Hinging at the hips, bending at the knees to lower your weights. We'll move that chair out of the way. And taking a sip of water if you need to. Next. Grabbing onto your kind of medium heavy to heavy. I'll just show you what we're going to do. We're going to have our weights at our shoulders. We're going to squat down and we're going to inhale, exhale, push up. So it's called thruster. And you may know right away, you're like, yep, for sure, I'm going to go medium, or you might say, yep, for sure, I can do heavy. So you listen to yourself. Sitting back, let's just slow motion do this. Sit back, make sure those toes aren't going too far past, so gaze down. Okay, and then exhale, push up. So slowly come down, push that booty back, exhale, push up. As if you're preparing to launch something out into space. This is a great full body, legs, core, shoulders, arms. 2 more. Okay. And release. And you can also make a mental note second time we do it if you want to go heavier or lighter. Okay, let's grab like a light to medium, if you have that range. Reconnect with the breath. Take those arms forward. And then we're going to turn like you're driving a car. Now, you don't need to overdo it, okay? Like this, it's putting a lot of pressure. Just like you have an hourglass and you're turning it one way, then you're turning it the other way. That's all really you need. You don't need to kind of over rotate. That's the word. No over rotating. Last one. Bring it into the chest. And exhale, release. Great. So grabbing these kind of medium to light, we're going to do some obliques. Okay, like our usual oblique exercises. So let's stand and just point your left toe slightly out to the side. Growing tall, roll the shoulders. We can have 2 hands with weights. Inhale. We're going to inhale down. So feel that expansion. Taking the weight really no farther than the knee. And this is where the effort is. Exhale, rise up. And as you exhale, rise up, really focusing in. Inhale down. And exhale, rising up. You should be able to really feel the pull of the obliques, especially on this side, to lift because you have those weights. If you're really not experiencing that at all, maybe explore a heavier weight. And up. And turn to the other side. Because we're here, inhale down, exhale up. I mean, we want to feel it, right? Inhale down. We don't want it to be like so much that it's, straining, but we do want to be able to feel like, okay, the muscles lengthening, expanding, contracting, and pulling, because we're pulling these weights up. I'm reminded of my godmother when I was at her house. I was offering her like a glass of wine, and she's like, if I'm gonna drink, I want to feel it. Give me the whiskey. So, you choose however you want to go. All right, and release, turn the toes forward. All right, so inviting you to get your heaviest weights. You got this. And we're only going to focus on the biceps, okay? So toes are forward, palms are facing the hips. Inhale, grow tall, exhale, bicep curl. Inhale down, bicep curl. So this is a hammer curl. So we just bring it up. So we're going to kind of bring it up quick and then draw it down slow. Inhale. Exhale, bring it up quick, and then bring it down slow. Quick, and slow. Quick, and slow. Just a few more. Because these last ones, what I'd like you to explore is feeling that feeling of like how many more are there? Because I don't know if I can lift it anymore, to the point of tiring out that muscle. Okay, I'm almost there. I'm going to do one more. You do it with me if you got it. Otherwise, rest. And release. Okay, nice work. And take those down. And just grabbing onto a light medium or a medium weight. I'm going to go medium. Take your feet wide. And toes are going to be forward. They can be out a little bit, but not like full goddess, okay? Because I actually really like the, yeah, not full goddess. So a little bit out, but more pointed forward. So hand, weight in your left hand, bending, so side lunge, inhale, bringing the weight down as far it can touch. Doesn't have to touch. The important thing is that you're engaged here at the core. You're feeling the weight of the leg. Inhale. Exhale, bring the weight up and come to balance. Extend out to the side. Inhale. Exhale. Go your pace. Arm can be out to the side for balance. Whatever makes sense to you. Last one. Really pull. And release. Switch sides. Feet wide. Toes pretty much forward, but they can be out a little bit to the side. When you come down to this side, same principles apply. Try not to let the knee go too far past the toe. Inhale. Exhale. And maybe just bringing the foot to the ankle is going to be your balance. Maybe you don't need to lift the knee totally. But I want to give you that option. Okay, nice work. Really important that we're practicing balance as we are holding asymmetrically weight, because that mimics life a little bit more realistically. Let's grab a medium heavy. Palms face the thighs. Toes are forward. Lift the arches, lift the kneecaps, lift the navel, lift the heart. Shoulders roll back. Exhale. Up to the clavicle, but the elbows can be higher. Every time we exhale, we lift. Last one. And release. Good. Let's take a sip of water before we repeat those once again. So grabbing your medium to heavies for the thruster. We're gonna send off a rocket. Bring the weights to the shoulders, feet hip distance. Slow motion kind of coming down, because we're gonna really push the booty back. We're gonna gaze down, look at the knees, make sure they're not going too far past the toes. Inhale and exhale, push up to the sky. Inhale down. Exhale, push up to the sky. So you do your pace, okay? If you want to go more slowly as you rise up, that's fine. Really drawing that navel back towards the spine. You can do one more. All right. And release. Grab that light to medium. Mine is a 5. I'm not going any heavier than a 5. Standing in mountain. Reconnect with the breath. Lift the arches, kneecaps, navel, arms come forward. Turning one way and then the other way. Again, no need to over rotate. Just really reaching the arms forward. Feel the shoulder blades draw away from each other. And exploring, like, why do this? Where am I feeling this? Variety of places, arms and shoulders. Okay, release, bring it in and down. And especially after doing those thrusters, you'll really be able to sense into the arms. All right, we're going to do the obliques again. Going to give you the option, stick with the same weights. You can go lighter, you can go heavier. If you don't want to go heavier, but you're like, but maybe I could have a bit more of a challenge, this is what we can do. So we'll come into our side stance. So if my left foot is pointed out to the side, my right arm is reaching up over my head. And I'm going to inhale, just like I did before, bringing your hand down towards the knee, but I'm going to gaze up at that weight up here and exhale, gaze forward. Because as we gaze up, we ensure that the arm isn't leaning over to one side or another. We want to keep that, it's like almost as if you were holding on to something on the ceiling and it wasn't moving. So I just want to keep this shoulder as stable as possible. This will be the last one. Okay, bring it down. Switch it over. Option, keep both hands at your sides, or arm comes up, preparing to gaze up. Inhale, exhale. So just making sure we're not leaning this over. That's too much. That's too much stress. Keep the arm as high as you can. Last one. I guess another way you can think about it, as if this was a tray holding water and you were doing this bend and you don't want to tip the tray. Just if you're doing it later in the recording, just be thinking about that. Okay, our side lunge. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for a heavier weight. You do you. I've got a little more, I got a good pep in my step today, so I'm gonna explore this. So taking the feet nice and wide, toes pointing forward. It can be a little bit out, but not too much. All right, now I'm gonna take this arm out for balance. Coming down any amount, inhale, exhale, and now we can take foot to ankle, or really bring balance into this by lifting the knee up. Inhale, exhale. And if you're feeling chippy, you just put the foot down. Okay? Anytime. So we're great full body. So we've got the adductors, more core, shoulders. Now, option, push that weight up to the sky. 4 more. Okay, this is 3. And then 2. And 1. And it's okay if your weebles, wobbles, tipping all over the place. That's the point, okay? We are practicing this so that we're not surprised when we're out on the ice, and we can have better response time, right? Okay, arm out for balance. Inhale, exhale. Bringing your leg either to the ankle or lifting the knee entirely. Okay. Option for the next 4, come up, push up. Inhale. Exhale. It really causes you, like you gotta pause and really connect through the core to stabilize. I think this is the last one. And release. Whew. Great job. Now, we're gonna do that upright row. Invitation to grab your heaviest weights. Just to see, you only have to do it once to know it's not right. Then you can switch it. But just see. Palms face the thighs, lift the arches, kneecaps, navel, lift the heart, shoulders are soft. Big breath in. Exhale, row. Inhale down. Pull. So if you picked up your heaviest and it doesn't feel comfortable, switch it up. Last one. And release. Good. Okay, let's take a sip of water and then we'll come down onto the floor. We'll take off our shoes. So I'm going to demonstrate something new. I'm going to take my mat so it is touching the wall. Just turn my camera so you can see a bit better. So we don't need any weights for this. We're going to come down. Actually, maybe what you want to do is watch me first. So I'm coming down onto the floor. My elbows are bent at 90 degrees and my wrists are also bent, I mean, almost to 90, okay? Taking the palm to the wall and just gently press your hands into the wall and then draw the navel down. We take our knees up, okay? And then we're just gonna do some tapping to start on the right side, then on the left side, and then we're gonna release. So go find some wall and I'll talk you through it. Basically, we're gonna do the stuff that the core stuff we usually do on the floor. We're just adding the hands against the wall. Modify as you need to. If there's anything that you need to modify, not a problem. But what we're trying to do is find a really great connection through the core by pressing the hands into the wall. Forearm should be about parallel. Okay, so pressing into the wall, turn your navel down, again, like toddlers sitting on the belly. Lift both of the shins up, point the toes. Press your hands into the wall, so feel that connection through the core. You like this in itself is an exercise, but we're gonna dip our left toe down 5 times and up. Down and up. 3, 2, and 1. Move to the other side. Right toe down, down. The toe just kisses the floor, down. 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 Last one, and down. Okay, hug the knees. Stretch out the face, rock from side to side. So I did this with my Southampton class in person, so I do know from their feedback that you definitely can sense into that core work when you have this connection with hands at the wall. Okay, we're gonna move back into that shape. Okay, take your knees over the ankles, or sorry, over the hips and lift the shins, point the toes. Now really pressing your hands into the wall, inhale. Exhale, okay, this time both toes come down, inhale. And exhale, lift them up. Now, it's really important that you're pressing the low abdominals down into the floor as you do this. If you're finding this too uncomfortable, or if your low back is saying absolutely not, go back to just doing left side and right side. One more dip. And hug in. Let's come into happy baby. Just forget about those stomach muscles, just forget about them for a minute. Just rock them side to side. Bring the soles of the feet towards each other and the knees away. This little stretch in the adductors. It's really important. You can even circle the ankles a little bit here, feet up to the sky, make like a V with your legs, and then down to cobblers. Feet up to the sky, feet down. One more time, reach up and down. Okay, bring the soles of the feet together, or just the insides of the feet together. Take your hands back to where they were, press the low back down, and we're gonna do the froggy legs. So remember those, knees come out, toes push forward, knees come out, toes push forward. But I want you to really press your hands into the wall. Like this is like a, I don't know, 30 to 40% effort with the arms and like 100% effort up the core. Okay, 90. Froggy legs at the wall. Okay, release. Bring the feet nice and wide and start to sway the legs from side to side. Little windshield wiper action here. Stretch out the face. Okay, hug the right knee in, push the left heel away. Hug the left knee in, push the right heel away. Good, hug both knees in. And release. Good. Okay, wouldn't be yoga for bone health if we didn't do a hip thrust. So grab a heavy weight. Take it to your pelvis. Thighs are parallel, feet are about hip distance apart. Tuck those shoulder blades under. Inhale. Exhale, lift the hips up. Gently tuck the chin. Inhale down. And exhale, lift the hips up. Now, both heels and toes are touching as we lift and lower. Lower, lift the toes so you're just, the heels are touching. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale down, exhale, lift. So for me anyways, I can really sense into the hugging of the glutes as I lift up, but there's a greater kind of stretch in the quads. I'll lift the toes. And lower, drop the toes down, lift the heels. So now we're kind of on the balls of the feet. Inhale, lift and lower. Lift. Try to keep the thighs parallel. So I find when I'm on the balls of my feet, my knees want to come out to the side. So we're going to really control. So activating a little bit more in the side, outer hip. Last one. And release. Great. Let's take this heavy weight, reach it up to the sky, draw that navel down, bend the elbows till the weight kind of touches the head, and then exhale, push it back up. Inhale, bend at the elbows, exhale, push it back up. So I'm not hinging at the shoulders at all. My upper arm is static. and only my forearms are moving. So we're really targeting our triceps. Last one. Great, release, roll over to one side, remove the weight. Hug in, exhale, inhale, reach out, big starfish. Exhale, hug in, inhale, reach out, press through the heels, big starfish. Exhale, hug in, last starfish here, reach out, actively reach for the heels, actively reach through the fingertips. Big breath in, and then exhale, just surrender. Let your jaw be slack. Shoulders slack, belly slack, everything slack, 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 slack. Letting go of effort, letting go of trying, letting go of that push. And then we can bring the arms in, we can bring the legs a little closer, tuck those shoulder blades under. Externally rotate the arms, palms are facing up, let the feet drop to the side, modifying by bending the knees, feet wide, let the knees drop in toward each other if you require that modification. And remembering a modification, it's not lesser than, right? A modification is responding skillfully to the body. Observing the breath flowing in and out of the body. And allowing the body to rest. Allowing the body to absorb the benefit of the practice. Noting the pull of the mind. And we can do this skillfully by being non-judgmental. It's possible that you are thinking about something really, really important. And then just noting that and knowing you can come back to that thought later, we just gently bring the attention back to the body. And in doing so, we signal to the body that it can rest, that the nervous system can heal. It does not need to be on high alert. Because our brain, our nervous system, does not know the difference between like a real threat. So say having to jump away from a car that doesn't see you, and like a thought about needing to do something. So maybe thinking about, something like a Christmas party that you're hosting, or something that you have to create in a short period of time because somebody is relying on you. There's no difference in the body. The body perceives both of those things equally as a stressor. So we can't control a car that can't see us, right? That might hit us on the street. But we can control our thoughts. We can notice, oh wow, like I'm thinking about X, Y, Z, and I'm getting really caught up in this thinking. But maybe in this moment, I can release myself from that. I can come back to that thinking later and just give my nervous system some time for pause, a time for healing. Because the danger of going from one, let's call them busy thoughts, one busy thought to another busy thought to another busy thought, is that we get caught up in a perpetual, it's called hyper arousal. And so your nervous system does not have an opportunity to have that rest. It's different than sleeping. We're gonna get it in sleep, but these pauses that you can do in a practice like this or on your own throughout the day are really important for the nervous system. So this is why we practice it. This is why it is called the practice. Coming back to breath and body. I mention this now in this kind of detail because we are entering a season of busyness. People counting on us, of making a good impression, creating. And so just being mindful of getting caught up and how it can just a few moments in the day to reconnect with breath and body be so beneficial. So we'll bring a little bit of movement into the hands and feet and the face. Scrunch up the face, stretch it out, circle the wrists, circle the ankles. And then inhaling, arms up overhead for a gentle full body stretch. Exhale, release. Bend the knees, bring the arms in, turning over to one side, just giving yourself a little hug. And then nice and easy, we're going to push up. Take your time to establish yourself in this upright position on the floor or on the chair, whatever's more comfortable for you. Soften the shoulders. Invite you to bring your hands up to heart center. And thank yourself for taking care of yourself in this way and perhaps setting an intention. Even for the next hour, for the morning, or the rest of your day, to notice when you get really caught up in the busyness of the day and pausing from time to time, breathing in, breathing out, and being really kind and gentle to yourself. Let's seal in with the unifying Om as we inhale together. Thank you very much for practicing with me today. We'll see you soon.